Well, hello there and welcome to another video. In today's video, I will be using Arch's cold pressed watercolor paper and my usual Turner Artist watercolors. We will be painting a night sky using gradients and some wet on wet. So you see me here just taping it down. I would like a clean border, so I've put tape around the borders, and now I'm going to tape it down to this little mat. It's just a little self-healing cutting mat, but I'm going to tape this down because we're going to be using a lot of water today. Making sure that it is pressed all the way down. I've got my puddle ready of the Payne's Gray that I'm going to use to put the gradient down, and I'm just going to go along as I showed in the first video, just taking that bead across the top, bringing it all the way across. And as I get closer to the bottom, about a third or sometimes even a halfway down, I'm going to start lightening it up by adding water to my puddle or to my brush. Now this color is going to lighten up quite a bit, so we will be putting in several layers of this Payne's Gray for the gradient. You can see, I'm just checked to make sure it's dry, and it has lightened up substantially. So I'm going to add some more pigment to my water and get another good puddle going and just do that gradient again. Just adding water to the brush to dilute that pigment to make it a lighter gradient going all the way down. Okay, and we need another and this is finally looking like I want it to look. Okay, so now I'm just mixing up some colors to put a little mountain scene in. I love adding colors to Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray just gives everything a moody tone. I'm just going to come down with just a little quick line just to denote some jagged mountains. Add some water to that because I want this back layer to be very light. And I'm actually doing a gradient all the way down. I'm adding a little more paint to my brush as I go all the way to the bottom of the painting. Kind of a reverse gradient because I want the mountains in the background to be lighter because they're in the distance. And it's going to get darker as we get closer to the front. Or the foreground, I should say. Decided I wanted to smooth these out to make them look more like rolling hills. Just adding a little more paint as I work my way down to the bottom of the page. Just coming in and giving that a little more edge there. And then decided after looking at it, I wanted it to be a little darker. But also kind of give it a hazy feel. The paper is still wet, so that paint is going to bleed up a little bit, and it's going to give it a more hazy look. Okay, so now my paper's dry, and I'm going to come back through with another layer. And the two colors I'm blending here to make these hills are just Payne's Gray and Rose Madder Hue in the Turner Artist watercolors. So now I'm going to use some Winsor Newton designer gouache in permanent white to add some night sky heavenly objects. I'm going to add the moon and some stars. Now, enjoy using gouache, especially on top of watercolor, because it doesn't reactivate the watercolor, but that gray is going to show through and naturally make it look more like a moon. Just quickly adding in some stars. You could also just splatter this by getting a good amount of paint on your brush and then tapping it, and then the stars would just land randomly, which always looks nice. You would just want to maybe cover up the mountains. Well, and now we're to my favorite part, the tape peel. And Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And until next time, keep painting. See you later. Bye-bye.